All right, get my seatbelt on, horn work. Wonder if the lights work on this. Oh yeah, wonder if the lights work on this thing.
Adam, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to go on an emergency run.
For what?
Well, we got a planner emergency. We got to go get it fixed, and we got our new ambulance here. We got it all decked out, testing out the sirens and the horns and the flashers, and look, it still has the buttons. But we're going to get this thing ready to rock because we got some emergencies to go fix, and we're going to show you guys how we decked out this ambulance with Pfennig equipment, and we're going to show you how we decked out our ambulance to be the best service truck that we've ever had. We got this thing on auction time. Dad and I talked, and we bought a service truck a while back, and it was pretty expensive. We got a custom body, and at the end of the day, we still weren't happy with the amount of space we needed for all of our on-farm trips. We need spare parts, we need fittings, and we need it all to be in here. And so one of the service guys said, well, you need to buy an ambulance. And at first we laughed, and pretty soon we found one on auction time. We had never seen it. And so we started bidding, and it was awfully cheap. And we ended up getting this thing. It had 15,000 miles on it when we got it. It's got Michelin tires that are like new, and heck, it came with a full tank of fuel. So we're gonna walk through this thing and show you how we have already customized it to be an awesome service truck. We'll walk through and open all the doors and show you guys what we've done to it. So this first door right here, we've got our gas bottles in here. So acetylene and oxygen comes in handy, you know, if you get in a pinch and need a torch, we've got her sitting right there. And the rocket's conveniently located right behind the driver's seat. So if it takes off, you take off. Every service truck has to have a good step ladder. All right, so this one just kind of a lot of miscellaneous stuff, a block. Haven't really found a lot of good things for that compartment. On this one back here, it's still kind of a miscellaneous box. We got a bunch of U-bolts for going around planter frames for putting tanks on. We've got some airline for doing planter fertilizer and some red ball brackets. So kind of a miscellaneous box here yet on this one. As we come into the back side, you know, we took everything out so that we can put skids and stuff in here. If we're going out on a trip and there's a bunch of parts, we'll just throw a skid right in there with a forklift, and it's real handy. One thing we do want to add to it here in the near future is a hitch. We want to be able to pull a little trailer behind it to put things we can't fit in here. Just pull it with a small trailer. Before we go inside, we're going to finish with the outside compartments because they are my favorite. This is my favorite bin or location on the whole ambulance, and it is loaded top to bottom with Kimball Midwest parts. From here down, we've got nuts and bolts. So if you come in here, Cody, and look, we've got 1/4 inch nuts all the way up to 3/4, and we've got locks, we've got flat washers, we've got whiz nuts and everything in between. And then down here we've got all of the bolts. So those are the kind of things that really get you in a bind. You go someplace and you forget 3/4 nuts. You can't just go down the road and find that stuff. You know, we've got stainless steel hose clamps. Those things are very popular. Heat shrink terminals. You know, and from here up is where that ladder really comes in handy, especially for me. But you got to have drawers like that just loaded down with everything you need. There's not a service call we've been on that we haven't dug out of that door. So if we come over to this one right here, this is where most of our tools sit. So we've got all of our Milwaukee tools, our grinders and impacts, and then our wrenches, and then sockets, and then some pry bars, and miscellaneous hand tools up here. So that'll lead us to the inside. This door is covered with Kimball zip ties. And then of course up top we've got the aerosol holder, we've got paint, we've got lube, we've got brake cleaner, and everything in between. As we come up here, this is our hand tool drawer. You know, we've got our wrenches, our hose cutters, some bits, all of our hand tools here. And you can access those outside doors from in here too. So it's just handy how they engineer these ambulance boxes. I'm telling you, they were made for service. This third seat, we kept it in here. There's many times where 3 of us will go out on a job, and the third guy, he'll sit right here, buckle in, and away we go. So it's real handy that way too. There's a lot of these drawers, you know, that we don't even have there's some extra zip ties in there. There's a computer module in there yet that we left in there. So we get up here, we got some sliding drawers, some miscellaneous pipe dope, and a lot of different things like that. You come in here, you can stand up in here and not hit your head. Sure, you could hit it on this railing, but there's a lot of room. You know, we use this area right here. We've got a vise that we can bolt down. This is kind of like a working table. We've got chargers up here for batteries. So the way they made these, they have power everywhere. So we've got, as we're going, we've got power. Here is our electrical drawer or cabinet. It's got a bunch of Ag Express, you know, harnessing and cables. We've got bare wire, so we can make our own cables. And same thing here, just more electrical, you know, some power fittings. Anything you do today with a planter, you're going to need to pull power either from the battery or from somewhere. And so you got to have it. You can never have too many whisker switches. So anything that we think we're going to need, it's in this ambulance. So this is another really cool compartment that we retrofitted, and all these doors swing open. And if you can see, this is just full of banjo parts and fittings. And we have these because if we're out on a job, we need hose clamps, we need some red ball tops. It's all right here. We've got valves, we've got check valves, we've got filters, you name it, airline fittings. This is the stuff that kept us, when we used to do jobs, we would have to go back 2 or 3 times because we would forget a T. Well, now it's on here, and so it has really created an efficiency that we've never seen before when it comes to installing jobs. These are crucial. I don't know of any other service truck that you can walk in the back, set a crate down, have a third person sit in here and stand up. It's amazing. And we've got the hydraulic hose down there, and basically how these work, these will come shut here, and when we're driving down the road, we strap these shut. So it still sits real nice and clean out of the way. So if you guys out there are looking to increase service efficiency, you need to look at your service truck. If you look up here, you can walk up to the driver's seat and passenger seat from the back. So you can get up there. It's all, you know, walk through. So everything front to back, you know, it is just a walk through. It's like walking into a warehouse. So that's what we're doing today, showing you guys around our ambulance build, and hopefully we're going to have another one in the near future. So thanks for tuning in.